What's up, folks? Welcome back to our very first Hookshot Full podcast for the first time in 4 or 5 months.
It's been a while.
It's been a minute, but we're back with so much stuff to talk about. And you know what? We might as well just get right into it. Main event, UFC 287. I can't believe it's already here. It feels like it was just yesterday where Rohan and I were sitting in these exact seats. Yeah. So excited because we're going to go watch UFC 281. His favorite fighter, I'm sorry I had to say it, Israel Adesanya, knocked out in the 5th round. But man, we're already here talking about round 2. I mean, it happened so fast. And my mind is just, it's in a blunder when wanting to predict this fight. Israel Adesanya, we know he's so smart. We know when he fought Jan Blachowicz, he was able to rebound from that. But this is completely different. This matchup, it's going to be so tough for him to come back from. I mean, Pereira is literally the stylistic nightmare for Israel Adesanya. But as I said, Adesanya known for having one of the best fight IQs in the entire game. I don't know. Pick-wise, I don't know. I know you're an Israel Adesanya fan, but Rohan, what is your heart telling you when it comes to this fight?
My heart's telling me Alex is going to win again. I know that Israel is one of the most talented strikers, but like Lucas said, he's met his match, and 3 times now he's lost to the same guy. And it's not that Izzy's fighting bad. I thought he fought a great fight last fight. I just thought, Pereira caught him, and once he catches you, his power is so much that it's kind of really hard to recover. And I think there's a case to be made that it was an early stoppage, but I don't think that would have changed the outcome of the fight. So, I mean, I really want Izzy to win this fight. Like he said, it's his last chance to get it done. And if he doesn't do this, I don't know where he's going to go next. But it's just, like you said, this is literally a nightmare matchup for him. So 3 times, when somebody tells you what's going on, 3 times, you can't argue against that. So I'm going to pick him again.
And you mentioned that stoppage, right? Yeah. And I feel like when we were watching it live, we really didn't know if it was early or not. And still, to this day, I understand both sides because he you know how he tripped there? Yeah. He said it was due to his leg was fucked up
or whatever.
So I get that perspective, but at the same time, having the most dangerous striker on the planet swinging bombs at you while you're hurt. I mean, you got to thank the referee, but at the same time, man, hey, if he wasn't actually knocked down, he was still there, but he did look out of it. But prediction, man. Oh, fuck.
I got Alex, and this is, again, like he said, man, I'm a huge Izzy fan. I just don't think he's going to knock him out. He caught him in the first round, so it's possible.
He was up 3-1, right?
That's the thing that makes you want to believe.
But man, if Alex Pereira is trotting forward like he did in that 5th round, the entire fight, if he's doing that, if he's pressuring Adesanya, what is he going to do? I mean, maybe that counter right, but you got to think that was the most dangerous weapon for Israel Adesanya, that entire fight. Yeah. That left and then the right over the top. Pereira, he's going to be training his takedown defense and training to defend that right hand. Yeah, those are the 2 main things he needs to defend.
Chuck Liddell also, right?
I saw him stop in for a training session, but man, even to have Glover Teixeira, he's going to be on top of Alex Pereira for a full training camp once again. I don't think the takedowns will work as much for Izzy as they did in the first fight. He might have to figure something else out. Gun to my head. Prediction. I said the other day when I was talking to a friend, Israel Adesanya, I was going to go with, but man, after hearing some professionals talk about the fight, this guy Alex Pereira is probably making so many improvements. Yeah, but just the IQ of Izzy, man. It's that feeling you get with the superstars that they can't lose, that they're not just gonna go away. And I get Kamaru Usman is now never gonna touch a title again. I just don't see that with Izzy, man. I think he finds a way. I think that is the storyline of this fight. He's gonna find a way.
I hope so. Yeah.
But you're going Alex, though.
I'm going to go Alex just because
I get it.
He beat him
I do
3
get it.
times, bro.
The fact that he's an underdog is crazy.
That's insane, guys, that he's an underdog. He beat him 3 times. He won by knockout twice. I mean, I don't know what else he can do to show that he's the better fighter. I think I don't want that to be the case. I just think that's how it's going to go.
Oh, man. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my God. The rest of the card, dude. We got to, I mean, it is a stack card. And we thought the first one was stacked, and this one arguably on par, but...
And I was going to go, bro. It pisses me off. I was so close to going to this fight in Miami, guys. Didn't work out at the last second.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, talk about stack card. Talk about the co-main event. A guy like Jorge Masvidal, who's been main eventing all these cards. When was the last time he didn't main event a fight?
I don't know.
It was
crazy.
It was like that fight against Darren Till he main evented a fight, or main evented pay-per-view, I mean. He main evented against Diaz, main evented against Usman twice, and then main event against Covington. Yeah. Man, this guy is on a pay-per-view streak, but a pay-per-view streak of losses. And does that continue here in the co-main event spot of UFC 287? we've been talking about this fight for a minute now.
Yeah.
A minute. And I remember when the lines first opened, and I'm like, wow, Burns is minus 400, minus 450. That seems ridiculous because he was just a minus 350 against Neil Magny, and I think Jorge Masvidal is going to put up a much better fight than Neil Magny. Neil Magny is not good at all, in my opinion, and Gilbert Burns proved that. I think Jorge Masvidal is not the best matchup for Gilbert Burns, I definitely don't think this should be minus 450. Jorge Masvidal, he's got the best submission defense besides maybe Usman and Covington in the division. You saw that against his matchup against Covington. Covington was on his back multiple times. Masvidal never even close to being submitted. Burns, not the best chin. We saw him get dropped by Kamaru Usman by that jab. There's gonna be chances for Jorge Masvidal. Let's get that out of the way. But I just feel like at the tender age of 38, you simply cannot pick Jorge Masvidal here. You have to pick the younger guy. Not that much younger. I believe he's 34, 35.
I was just checking that because, like you said, I think you have to pick against Masvidal just based on the trajectory of his career.
But Burns is still in his fighting prime.
Exactly, yeah.
He's still in his fighting prime.
And he takes a lot of shots, but he dishes out too. We saw the Chimaev fight. He was landing a lot of shots, and Masvidal is a bit more technical than Chimaev, of course. But I think this is going to be definitely a closer fight, but I think Gilbert Burns gets it done. I mean, he can – once this fight hits the ground, guys, Masvidal is not going to back up, so – whatever, if he's going to take him down every round, that's how it's going to go. I think the safest bet for this fight is probably Burns by decision. That's where I'm leaning. But yeah, I think the one-shot knockout power it might still be there with Jorge.
What you just said, Gilbert Burns by decision, is probably going to be my final prediction.
Yeah.
I think Masvidal's going to hang in there. It's in front of his hometown, Miami.
That's tough, bro. He's going to lose twice in front of the home crowd.
It's sad, man.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, final predictions, Gilbert decision.
Same.
I think we're both on that wave. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes an old Masvidal maybe in round 3, maybe even in round 2.
Yeah.
But I feel like the smartest prediction here would be Burns by decision, just because we've seen Masvidal with that submission defense, and he's definitely still a danger on the feet.
He is, for sure. He's always got that striking background.
Before we get into basketball, I feel like it would be disrespectful not to just go over.
Yeah, we have to.
Like Rob Font, Giannis. I mean, Giannis, he's looked so good.
I know,
Font,
and he's a fan favorite.
Font is still up there. We got to just see if he's going to be wearing the damage from his last couple of fights or not. It's all on Rob Font. This fight is all on Rob Font, in my opinion.
What's he ranked? 5th? Still, or
in the rankings?
He probably went down.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, because that division is so.
As I was saying,
he was 5th when he fought Vera, I think, but he probably dropped.
He's 6th.
He's 6th.
Still.
It's not that bad. Yeah, but I think Giannis is very explosive, man, and his boxing is so clean. But both of them are so technically sound with the boxing. I think this is a very fair and even fight. Who do you got? I don't know. I really don't know. This one's tough.
Final prediction, I'm going to go Adrian Yanez. I'm going to rely on the fact that Font is wearing some of the damage.
Yeah.
But this is another fight that I think is 50-50. I think Yanez is nearing towards minus 200 on the lines right now. Definitely go take a small shot on Rob Font, because if he wants to fight this smart, if he wants to go for takedowns, this is Rob Font's fight to win. Mm-hmm. But man, if he's standing on the feet with Adrian Yanez in the first round, Font might win that first round. We know he's got that volume, but man, as soon as Yanez gets that rhythm, if they are standing for 15 feet, just best believe Yanez to either win a clear decision, 29-28, or get a finish in that round 2 or round 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Go over a couple more of these. Kevin Holland versus Santiago Ponzinibbio. We were talking about this before we went on air. Kevin Holland all day, money line, right?
For sure.
You thought he was going to be
I was like,
only minus 200.
What are the odds? Minus 6. Bro, Santiago, how old is Ponzinibbio? Because there's no way
he's almost 40, I believe.
Bro, come on. Kevin Holland.
36.
He teased us with the retirement. That's not even that bad, but Kevin Holland teased us with the retirement. He made it clear that he wants to come back. He wants to fight. I think he's still...
Look good against Wonder Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Look good against Stephen
Had him stumbling a couple times.
True. And I think this is like a tune-up fight. This is like a fight to see if he still wants to contend. I think he gets the job done very easily.
Yeah, we saw in Ponzinibbio's last fight. I'm not sure if did you. Oh yeah, we watched it together. Yeah. Ponzinibbio versus Morono. He was getting dominated that entire fight. Didn't win a single minute against Alex Morono, a bum who looked completely shit in that fight, and just to get knocked out by one punch from Ponzinibbio. But man, if Morono is dominating the minutes like that, Kevin Holland's gonna find his moments. So yeah, definitely Kevin Holland's gonna be the pick, and expect to see him. I bet. If you're looking at our Discord, 25% off for UFC 287. Sorry for the quick plug. Next, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Christian Rodriguez. Sure. Raul Rosas should get this one done.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to give him the Patty treatment. They're going to give him the Conor treatment. They're going to tune him up as much as they can. So as long as he keep winning, they're going to give him, easy fights. So this should be easy for him.
Yep, sure. Definitely agree with you there. Finally, Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis. We'll just talk about this real quick. This is probably my biggest lock of the year when it comes to betting. Not money line, but over 1.5.
Yeah,
just because
neither of these guys
Gastelum, Granite Chin, and I just don't see him knocking out Chris Curtis, especially in the early rounds.
Yo, Chris Curtis was talking about, what did he say on Twitter? He was like, oh, they moved me from the main card to the prelims.
Shut up. You're fucking Chris Curtis. You're not going on a pay-per-view. You're not going above Rosas, who you're trying to build up.
On,
Kevin Holland's more entertaining than you. Font Giannis, they're trying to build up Giannis. Yeah. Bro, you're Chris Curtis. You were just signed to the UFC like 2 years ago, and you're 35 years old. Shut up. You're good at the featured prelim spot. You're going to have all the eyeballs on you because you'll be on ESPN. Calm the fuck down. When it comes to a prediction, this fight's literally a 50-50 fight. Yeah. I couldn't care less. I just want an exciting fight. The pick's going to be Chris Curtis. I'll go him by round 3 KO.
I'm going Gastelum, guys. Kelvin Gastelum gets the job done. He's a legend. He'll get the job.
Fair enough. Yeah, he needs one too. He's been on a little streak.
This might be,
Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah, I feel like that's enough. You know, got Waterson Gomez fighting down there. Gerald Mearshart.
Oh, yeah, the prelims. Bahamundes is like one of the first.
The one and only Carl Williams.
Oh, Carl's back. Oh, my gosh. Cynthia Calvillo, she's good. Yeah, I'm so excited to watch Bahamundes. You don't even know. Guys, if you don't know, Bahamundes is dirty. Go look at his highlights. You'll see for yourself. Spinning back kick knockouts.
And then he had a front kick.
Knockouts in the contender.
He killed that. That front kick's one of my favorite.
He is incredible, man. I can't wait for that.
All right. I think it's time to get into basketball. We got 3 topics we're going to go over today. A couple that we're very, very passionate on. But I feel like we'd be fucked up if we didn't bring up this Andrew Wiggins situation. Sure. He's been sitting out for what, 2 months? You know best.
Yeah, it's almost been 2 months. About 10 days have been 2 months.
And the Warriors, they've been able to hang in there. Currently, the 5th seed in the Western, 5th or 6th, 5th. Right?
They're still, I think they're 5th, but they're still in that jumble because it's all.
They can get 4th. They can get 6th.
Exactly. I think the highest seed they can get now is 4th, which is okay. That's where I predicted them to be at the start of the year, anyway. So it's not bad. But again, the Western Conference is just so crazy, guys. I don't know where anybody's gonna end up right now.
Yeah.
Like after the 4th. After the 3rd seed, really, it's just all up for grabs. So I don't really know.
Definitely that.
Yeah. But yeah, Wiggins coming back, that's so big, man. Obviously, it came out that it was his dad being sick, which is why he was away for the team to tend to him. And there were these rumors that it was about his family. All that was so fucked up, man. Adding all this bullshit around it. But I'm glad he's back. And guys, this is going to be huge for the Warriors. I mean, we've seen this season in general has just been full of so much parity that I feel like the door is wide open. So I feel like a move like this, even though Wiggins has been there, he was there in the start of the season and they still weren't playing that well. I think they're whole now. You know, they got GP2 back. They got Andrew Wiggins back. Everybody's starting to get healthy. And I think the Warriors are gearing up for a title push. Do you think that it's possible that they beat one of like the top teams? I know Denver's probably a favorite. Phoenix is a favorite, but can Golden State take one of those teams out?
Well, if we look at the NBA standings as they are right now, let's say the season ended today. They're taking on the Kings, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, with Wiggins back, I mean, the Warriors are the reigning champs. You can't just count them out like that. I think they're the favorites to win that series. Could the Kings win? Maybe. I think the Warriors are favorites. I think the Warriors could get it done. Then they'd be matched up against what they'd
get the winner of Memphis versus whoever they play. It could be the Lakers. That'd be an interesting series. But if they draw Memphis second round, a Sacramento-Memphis path to the West,
and then even like the Suns, like they could fall apart.
Of course they've had very. I feel like they've been beating lesser competition. They haven't had much time to really come together, and they've never been in a playoff atmosphere together as a unit. So I think Golden State can do it. Bro.
Yeah, as you said, like the door is open for everybody. For sure. And the Golden State could definitely do it, but anybody could do it.
Yeah, that's
what we really think about
it. Sacramento, I think, is even more dangerous than people think they are. So
I feel like it's definitely true that the Warriors could get the job done. But man, so could the Lakers. Yeah. The Pelicans even come back to full health.
Zion's reported today that Zion's about to start ramping up for the playoffs.
So many underrated teams here. Maybe isn't the Kings? I don't really know. Suns, if have they even lost with KD?
No, they're undefeated. It's not crazy, bro. They're undefeated. He's hooping. D-Book's, the touches aren't going anywhere for him. It's looking scary in Phoenix. For me right now, if I had to pick, even though they haven't had much time to come together, I think Phoenix would be my pick. Just because
they're probably the favorites.
Yeah, it's just like KD. It's too much talent on that team. It's crazy. But
and then you can't count out the Clippers.
Oh, yeah, the Clippers are still there. I mean, they need Paul George back, but I mean, like you said, it's just wide open. I don't know what's going on in the West.
It's crazy how an almost 500 team is the 5th seed.
I mean, honestly, guys, it used to be the West, dominating every year, but the Eastern Conference, the Knicks are better than I'd say, like 70% of the Western Conference? Would you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, like, seeding-wise, we are. Statistically, we're a top 10 record in the league. I think, bro, the tide is turning, for sure.
I feel like it's time to change up to something that's a little closer to home.
Yeah, for sure.
Dallas Mavericks. It ties into our favorite team, but let's just talk about their overall struggles at the moment. I mean, you mentioned something to me the other day. They were the 4th seed, I think you said.
Yep, they were the 4th seed when they traded for Kyrie, and now they are currently out of the play-in picture, which is
the 11th seed.
Yeah.
37-42. Talk about a fall off. I mean, how do you get worse with one of the best players in the league?
And it's pissing us off because our fucking pick is tied to this team doing well this year, and that's just not how. It's crazy how bad.
If you guys didn't know, the Knicks' only first-round pick is top 10 protected from the Mavericks, and it's going to be damn close. It's either going to be the Thunder getting that 10th pick or the Mavericks. And if the Thunder get that 10th pick, that means the Knicks are projected to have the 11th pick, so they're still in play. But man, it's really getting scary.
For Dallas, I think this has just been so confusing because obviously when you combine 2 elite offensive talents like Kyrie and Luka, you're expecting some fireworks. And offense really hasn't been the problem. I think when they traded for Kyrie, they knew what they were doing. They gave up their best defender. He was the defensive glue, Dorian Finney-Smith. They gave him away. They knew what they were doing, and it just hasn't worked out. And I think they just really shouldn't have done this trade, if we're being honest, because Luka's in a state in his career where you can't fuck around. You can't waste his prime. And now you kind of turning the clock back because there's so much uncertainty surrounding Kyrie. He said he's going to test free agency already, so it's not a guarantee that you resign him. And now, what does Luka's future look like with this team? I don't know. So I was just going to ask. And Jason Kidd, by the way, one sec. Jason Kidd is ass. So that's all I want to say. There's no purpose, no flow. He has no clue what he's doing. And then he's deflecting blame, calling his teammates out. Calling his players out. It's just bullshit. But go ahead.
I was going to ask you when you mentioned free agency. Do you use, in your honest opinion, do you see any players on that Mavericks team, either Luka, Kyrie, or even a Christian Wood? Do you see any changes happening?
I think Kyrie's in a place where his career where I don't think people want to take chances on him. And I think Dallas is just the safest place for him to be. I think they're going to give him a contract close to what he wants because he has not been the problem. Let me say one thing. Would you agree? Kyrie Irving has been hooping. It is not his fault. Don't come in with this, Kyrie's a wrecker. He goes in and he just tears down the team. He's been doing his job. He's been quiet. He's been
had some clutch buckets.
Yeah, bro. He's been fine. It's not him. It's the fact that they can't stop a fucking parked car. They can't guard anything. It's bad. So
it's all offense, no defense.
Yeah, exactly. But back to your question, I think Kyrie likely stays with the Mavs. I don't see him going anywhere, but you never know with Kyrie. Who really knows, right?
Yeah, who knows exactly? It's really up in the air. And I feel like we can transition this into the New York
favorite
Knicks.
Part of this shit.
As we were saying, talk about what a successful season it would be for our team to end 5th, maybe even win a matchup in the playoffs, and also get the 11th, 12th, maybe even 13th pick, I'd be fine with. That would be so fucking ideal. Mm-hmm. But at this point, does it happen? We don't know. It all depends on these last 3 games and with Dallas and OKC. But our Knicks, we know it's going to be a 4-5 matchup versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if you guys watch First Take, Stephen A. Smith, you'll know he won't stop fucking saying this season, it will be a complete fuck up. Yeah. No matter if we get this pick or not, it'll be a complete fuck up if the Knicks lose to Donovan Mitchell. Let's preview this first round matchup. New York Knicks versus Cleveland Cavaliers. We know the New York Knicks have the season advantage on the Cavs. They looked good in that last matchup against the Cavs, beating them by 13 without Julius Randle. The Cavs did not have Jarrett Allen, I believe one more player. But man, I don't know. Because if we think about the last time the Knicks made the playoffs and the last time they had the season advantage against their opponent, look at the Atlanta Hawks series, man. They were 3-0 against the Hawks, 4-0, maybe, was it, in the regular season, and they lost in 5 games. Could the same thing happen here? The Cavs beat the Knicks once, so it's different. The Knicks have a much, much better team, though. We don't know if Julius Randle is going to be completely healthy by the time that first game comes. How do you see this one playing out?
I think this is a completely different outlook than the Hawks series. Let me start by saying that Mitchell Robinson did not play a minute in the Hawks series. His rim protection was needed to win that series because Trae Young was constantly driving into the paint and either floating it or throwing it up to Clint Capella. There was no rim protection. It was Nerlens Noel who was trying his best to stop Trae Young. We now have elite rim protection, elite perimeter defense, elite depth. We are a complete team, and Cleveland should be scared because we just went into their building. Jalen Brunson dropped 50 on their ass. No Julius, beat them in their house. That was huge. That sent a message. And I think low-key,
sorry, I had some camera issues, but we're back. Low-key.
I know the Cavs will be favorited in this series, But I'm telling you guys, the Knicks are going to shock a lot of people. Like, I think this series is going to 7. And I mean, we have the depth to be able to do this. So I'm just saying, if y'all want a good bet in that playoff series, take the Knicks. Because I know we're gonna be underdogs, but we're gonna do it.
I agree with you, man. I feel like I know it's a biased pick.
Yeah,
but I'm going my New York Knicks.
You can't listen to us really because we're biased. But
7 games.
The Knicks have spoken for themselves. We don't need to say anything else. We got the record to let it speak, right?
We got the record, yeah.
Exactly.
5th seed going against the 4th seed. It's gonna be a damn good series.
Exactly.
But final pick, Knicks in 7.
All the way.
Yo, come on.
Shit, my bad. Knicks all the way.
Knicks in 7, baby.
You already know.
I think we should just end it off right there.
All right.
First full podcast in a minute completed. Hope you guys enjoyed. One final thing, go check out our 2 final things. Go check out our Instagram, Hookshot Pod. That's Hookshot Pod.
Yep.
If you can't figure that out, you're dumb. Sorry. But yeah, got all of our shorts up there, all of our edited videos. Got some good content. Go check it out. And then for UFC 287, as I said earlier, 25% off, $15 a month. Go lock in with us. We have been on fire. Rohan, you're a member. He's not even trying to plug us when he says this. How much money have you made?
Bro, we're doubling our money like almost every card, bro. I'm telling you.
More than doubling our money.
I'm telling you guys, at this point, if you're not signed up, you're just throwing away money. If you want free money, and I'm talking free money, because what's this, like $15 subscription? You're making that times 10 if you're not signed up. I don't know what to tell you at this point.
Right? 93% on our locks.
That's it.
Doubled our money, Sanhagen versus Vera. And what was it, an undefeated night for 285?
Yeah, bro, that was crazy. Or
286. That was perfect night. Oh, my God. We've been on fire, guys. Go check out the premium Discord in the link in our Instagram bio. That's going to be in the bio of this video, so go click the link in the description. Thank you guys for tuning into the First Full Podcast. See you next time.
Peace.
Peace out.